and happy Lionsgate portal. We'll talk about that in a minute and see who is in here and see if we need to get into that conversation. But it's later than I normally go live. I ended up meal prepping today instead of yesterday because yesterday I was just so tired I couldn't do it, y'all. After work, I was like, no. I did my laundry yesterday after work, but I could not stand and cook, so I was like, we just gonna call it a night. So I went to sleep, and then this morning I woke up, thank God, and then I went to the coffee shop. I got some work done. I fed the cats. Went to the park, took a nap, took a shower. It was good. It was good. And then me and my parents finished hanging out. It's a good day. Anyway, enough about me. How are you guys doing and gals doing? I'll wait till you guys come into the live and chat about stuff. If you're in here, thank you for thumbing up the video. I appreciate it. Let's see who joins. It's almost 11 p.m. It was so hot today, y'all. I don't know how summer is where you are, but it's hot. Hi, Dakota. Well, you already know you're 3 hours ahead of me, so you're up late. It's only 10:50 for me. You the one up at what? What time is it for you? 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Thank you for thumbing up the video. It's me, Sadiqa. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys had a great day. I hope you all stayed hydrated today. Hi Jacqueline. Hi, is it Adris? Putting in work today, I see. Hi Armani. 2 a.m. Oh my god. Hi Danilo. Thoughts on Tyra Banks. If you guys are in here, thank you for thumbing up the video. I appreciate it. All the thumbs up. Hi, can I get a shout out to my friend Maisie? She loves you. Shout out to Maisie. Shout out Maisie. Yeah, guys, as I was saying, I just finished meal prepping. I just did lunch, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna have. I'm trying to eat less. I could see you on America's Next Top Model. Thank you. Was it Pakiraju? Wanna be on top? It's been a lot's been going on, y'all. I feel like it's been crazy, but excuse me. Did it take and what'd you make? Oh, thanks for subscribing, Pink Pal. I made fried rice, but it was cauliflower fried rice with chicken. I think this is my best one yet. Because I've made it stuff before. I've made this before, but this is the best I've ever made it. This is the best I've ever made it. What are some healthy snacks in order to be on a calorie deficit? You know, technically you can eat anything as long as you're making a deficit. What has you home on a Saturday night? Well, me and my parents just got back from the bay. We were sitting down on the water. So I just got in like maybe like an hour and a half ago. And I said, I still have some energy, so let me meal prep. So if you're asking like why I'm not out, that was last weekend. And let me tell you guys, let me say this. If you have a beach nearby or you're in the sun or you're like in salt water, do not, I repeat, do not drink. Do not drink after you've been out in the sun and salt water, ocean water all day. Because last weekend, I went to the beach and I was in the sun and in that salt water. Waves were hitting me, going just the whole thing. I had the time of my life. Then my cousin hits me up and she says, hey girl, I'm in town. She wanted to give me a bridesmaid box because I'm going to be her bridesmaid for her wedding next month. And she said, I'm in town, I'm going to deliver your box to you and blah, blah, blah. I said, say less. She picks me up, her and her fiance, and she's like, oh, I'm going to take you out and we're going to, get some food, buy you a drink, kind of schmooze me because I'm the bridesmaid, We start with one drink turns into two turns into three, and I was like, I'm not ready to go home yet. Like, I want to keep going. Let's go have fun. Mind you, when I was at the beach, there was music playing in the background, and I was like, I want to go out tonight. So it just kind of worked out. Anyway, after that, I said, look, if you guys are trying to go home, you can, but since we're already downtown, I'm going to go see where I can go so I can go dance, okay? Anyway, we get to this place called Fat Tuesday. It's like a New Orleans style place, right? When I tell you that by the end of that night, I was cooked. I tell you, you guys, I was so sick. Like, I was so dehydrated and I didn't know. I came back and I felt like so bad. I was throwing up everywhere. It was so bad. I thought I had not had this experience since I was like 21. Since I was like 20 in college. I was like, I was so dizzy and I was forcing myself to throw up. And then I was hungover for like 2 days straight after that. Did you get extra double grain test tubes? What is double grain test tubes? I'm so confused because it wasn't the salt water. That went right over my head, Dakota. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Anyway, I was hungover for 2 days straight after that. So do not get in salt water or be in the sun and go drinking that later that night. It is not going to work out for you. Fat Tuesday has the grain alcohol test tube you can add to your drink. What does that mean? Like, is it to test how much alcohol is in there? I'm not understanding what it actually is, Dakota. What is that? How much did you drink? The thing is, I didn't drink that much. I was dehydrated. And that's what caused the problem. Let me show you guys the box. So this is the bridesmaid box, right, that she gave me, delivered to me. And so when she handed me this little shot of alcohol. So as I get in the car, she hands me this box and this shot. And they're like, oh, we already took the shot, you gotta take the shot. And I was like, okay, so I took the shot. So that was one little start. Then we get tacos. And then after tacos, we go across the street and get some more and have a drink. Her fiance covers our first round, and that was really all he was planning to do. And I was like, I'm not ready to go home yet. I said, I'll get our second round. She says, okay. So then I get our second round. By that point, I had already had enough, but for some reason, I was just like, oh, it'll be fine. So then she goes, my cousin goes, I'll get our third round. Like, okay, let's do the third round. After the third round, I was like, let's go dancing. And then they're like, okay. So then we go out dancing. Then I start, meeting people at the bar, and guys are buying me drinks, and I just, it was like I was 19 again. I couldn't believe, like I was 19 in college. Wild. Just wild. So I'll never do that again. But on another note, I will be a bridesmaid next month. And this is what's in the bridesmaid box. Let's open this. Okay, so it says, this is a little note on the top. Mystica. Fat Tuesday has full grain, extra shots or floaters you can add to your drink. Oh, I see. 190 proof. Holy crap. Yeah, no. Count me out. Shame you can't crash that wedding. Hope. I know. This time I'm a part of the wedding. I'm not just. I won't be crashing it. I will be a part of it. To my favorite ladies, it fills my heart with so much joy to invite you to my upcoming wedding and ask you to be a part of my bridal party. You hold such a special place in my life, and sharing this moment with you would make it even more meaningful and would truly mean everything to me if you say yes. Wedding details. This is like the instructions. Anyway, so there's instructions here. If you had one, you were likely puking. Oh yeah. So if I ever had one of those that you just said, I'd probably make that my only drink, and I'd also like. Okay, so when I was in college, I had ways to prevent myself from being hungover. I used to take a shot and then have like bread in between. I had so many tricks when I was in college to avoid hangovers and to avoid getting sick. I would take a shot, eat bread because the bread would absorb the alcohol, or take a shot and then hydrate with like a drink, like some type of like juice or Gatorade. So if I had something like that, I would probably do my old tricks from college because I had all kinds of tricks from preventing being hungover. You never had police problems before 21? Police problems? Armani, what are you talking about? Oh, you mean for drinking underage? I see what you're saying. Well, in college, everybody drinks underage. When I was in college, college is like full of underage drinking. That wasn't even a thought for us. Especially if you're doing it at a dorm room or some party. It's like as soon as your freshman year, everybody was drinking. Do you guys really think about that? We never thought about that. Were friends carrying you home or you carried them home? Both. The thing about it is that I never partied during the week. It was always on the weekend. So like I got my work done, played soccer, did everything I was supposed to do, but on the weekend, it's going down. Meet me in the mall. Looking back at it, I I did too much. Like 20-year-old Sadika did way too much. Even only going out on the weekends. But anyway, that's old news. That's like 10 years ago. So anyway, back to the bridesmaid spot. So let's focus. I'm gonna be a bridesmaid, you guys. Hello. So here's the corsage. Isn't it cute? The color is purple and silver. This is the swatch. So I'm gonna find a dress that matches this color. Mikado grape. Okay. And this is gonna come with a necklace. So they want us to wear like a necklace. So it looks somewhat uniform, you know? Let's open it. Let's see how this goes. What the heck? How do you take this off? Girl, you know I'm being good for the hours. You will be the best bridesmaid of all time. I can see it now. Thanks, Dakota. You guys know, honestly, this is my first time being a bridesmaid. The last time I was expecting to be a bridesmaid, the girl never asked me, and I was like feeling some kind of way. I was actually really offended. But I'm getting my chance. This is cute. Look at this. It's very fancy, very demure, very mindful. And then these are the earrings. Are these earrings? You say it's real and I could be lonely. I can't sing this copyright music. How do you open this? Girl, how do you do this? Oh, here we go. Okay, you know what was funny? You know what happened that night when I went out? So, I was dancing. Does it go down at bachelorette parties? She didn't have a bachelorette party. But I have gone to a bachelorette party. It was pretty normal. We didn't do anything crazy. I had a friend that got married, back in 2019. I was a part of her bachelorette party. Anyway, check these out. These are cute. So my necklace just fell. Oh, they want us fancy. Okay, period. So anyways. Oh yeah, so back to what was going on. So when I was at this club, there was this guy who came up and was just like, hey, you're pretty, let's dance. And I was like, okay. We started dancing a little bit. And then his friend comes up and he goes, why are you taking my best friend away? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he starts like saying, oh yeah, he bought me this drink. And it was just weird. Like it was giving like, he was low-key jealous of his best friend being with a girl. It was strange. And then me and that guy were like talking for a little bit longer. And then somehow we just like stopped talking. I don't know what happened. Just I think we just drifted away. I don't even remember. I'm just minding my business. Seconds later, his friend comes up. The one that was like, oh, you're taking my best friend away. He comes up and starts talking to me. And I thought, okay, I guess it's time to talk to his friend now. The other guy disappeared. I don't know where he went. So then after that, yeah, he just disappeared. So his friend started talking to me. So I started talking to his friend. And I thought, oh, okay. So I realized, oh, his friend wants to talk to me now, like flirt with me. And then he's like, oh yeah, let me buy you a drink, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. He buys me a drink and we're like hanging out, dancing. And then his friend comes back and his friend is looking like this, like so upset. And I'm like, what is his problem? Like, you disappeared. It was just so weird. Like, he was literally mad. I think he was just, I don't know if he was mad at me or at his friend. I don't know. I was so confused because he saw me and his friend were talking for a long time after he disappeared. So he came back all shook, looking all shook in the face, and I was like, what's the problem? It was so weird. Mind you, seconds later, he already found a new girl to talk to and dance with. And I'm like, what is your problem? You can't have all the women inside the club. It was so funny. And then, but his friend Loki, like, was upset. Well, you know what else is funny, you guys, is that the first guy was black, right? I don't want to make this a racial thing. I just think it's funny. His friend, these are guys both in the military. His friend was white. So the first guy was talking to me, and then somehow we just like disappeared. Why are you wasting precious time with these kids? This is the same night I went out with my cousins. I hadn't been out in so long. I was like, I want to go out and have a good time. But now that I look back at it, they were probably a lot younger. Well, one guy was like 28. So yeah, they kind of are kids. I just wanted to go dance and have a good time. That's all I wanted to do. Anyway, stop interrupting my story. The second guy who came up to me, his friend, he was white. And then we were talking the whole time. Hold on, guys. My power went out. What just happened? I think the power went out. Hold on. Oh no! Wait, maybe it wasn't the power, maybe it's my light bulb. Hold on, y'all. Stand by. Let's see what really happened here. Oh no, it's the power. You guys, the power just straight up went out. I thought it was just my light bulb, but when I look outside, the whole street is dark. The whole street is dark. It's the meme with the white teeth. You see my teeth? Hold on, let me get into some light, you guys. The power went out. And this is the Lionsgate portal. Power outage. You are a baddie. Well, thanks, James. Too bad you can't see me. You guys, it's pitch black outside. The whole downtown, the whole area just went dark. I'm looking at everybody's window. Nobody has light. No one hit a hopefully no one hit a transformer. I hope so too. Let me light a candle. No, the whole apartment. I mean, not just me, not just my building, but I'm looking at buildings. outside and everybody lost power. Okay, we got some candle. Yeah, I hope this isn't permanent. This is crazy. Hold on, let me see what's going on. See if my neighbors are down there yelling about it. Good thing I have a candle. Okay, this light still works. Somebody must have hit something. I like that these guys come in here and flirt with my girl. Dakota, I've never heard you say that before. Ooh, it's creepy down here. Looks like a scary movie.
Hi.
Hey, I couldn't tell who it was.
Oh. I think the building should have posted because the garage doors won't open, the elevators won't work. Like if someone didn't get that message, like if someone else is paying the bill
Yeah.
and they're a tenant, like a, you know, how.
Now that you mention it, I remember them sending that text message because I forgot. Oh, I seen it somewhere. I forget where I saw it.
When I got it last week, I was in Japan. I got back on Saturday of last week. And I've been jet lagged all week. And then they sent a reminder out, I think yesterday. So then I was reminded if they didn't send the reminder out.
They didn't.
I wouldn't have known.
I was so confused. I thought it was just my light bulb. But I look outside and it's black and everybody's complex is outside the window.
Except there's a bunch of lights on where they're from the electric company doing work.
This is crazy. So it's bedtime, I guess. Because I don't have any. Wait, is the fridge off too?
So the good news is, like, if you haven't opened your refrigerator, it would be a good idea not to open it because that will keep it cool, and for like the 6 or 7 hours that it's off, it shouldn't affect the food.
Oh no, I should. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, well.
All right. So we have nothing to do but sleep.
Exactly.
Right.
Have a good one.
I just want to look out this way.
Okay.
See you later.
Good night.
Good night.
Alright guys, so the verdict is in. The power is officially off until 5 a.m. Which is crazy because I just meal prepped. And my neighbor was just saying, like, if you don't open the fridge, the food should still be okay. But that's risky. Like, I just spent all that time making my lunch for the week. And now all of a sudden I have to... You guys can't hear me? Oh, and for the record, Armani, my neighbor, he definitely has expressed his feelings for me. That's why you heard his voice sound like that. He has absolutely expressed, he confessed his love to me one night when we were at the restaurant up under our complex. So you're not wrong what you're hearing. Is your food still warm on counter? I mean, what do you mean? I'm talking about, I put it in the refrigerator. When I meal prep, I always put stuff in the fridge. You guys, look at the rest of the town. Let me switch my camera around. Maybe I can't. It's not letting me. It's weird. It's not letting me flip my camera around. I was gonna try to show you guys the rest of the town because every single complex out my window is pitch black. It's black downstairs. There's no street lights. I wonder if people who are partying downtown right now, like, did all their lights go out? Like, what? Like, what is happening? So, what my neighbor was saying was that they sent a text message saying, hey, power goes out from 11 to 5. But that was like, I think a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. Everybody forgot. Like, I remember seeing it somewhere and I just don't remember where I saw it. And I only got reminded of it until he told me. So there's no way I would have remembered. But they should have sent a reminder text message like Friday. Like, hey, guess what? Your lights are going off on Saturday at 11. Was he sober? I don't know. He likes to go down to the bar under our complex and have a drink often. So honestly, he could have been. Is your neighbor married? No, he is not. Yeah, I think I came out to look at the hallway to see, is it like pitch black on the hallway too? That was to confirm whether or not it was just my complex or the whole unit. And I looked out the hallway. I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks like a scary movie. Must be everybody. So yeah, as I opened the door, he's coming down the hallway already, which means he was coming to check on me. Are you nervous? I'm not nervous. I just wish the lights. I mean, you don't realize how much you like your lights before until you don't have access to them, which kind of makes it interesting because it's like you don't realize how much you rely on local and city ordinances and infrastructure until it gets taken away, you know? That's kind of weird. Love story developing? No, not quite. Yeah, but it's kind of nerve-wracking, like thinking about at any point if the government, local government, or electricity companies want to take away things, they can. I think now would be a good time to have a power generator, you know? The candle's in my room. I'm in my kitchen right now, snacking on tater chips in the dark. All you guys can see is my cheeks and my teeth. No, our power went out. He not manly enough for Dika. Voice was a dead giveaway. What's interesting is that people who live in apartment complexes are probably not thinking about power generators. Because as I look out into my window, I don't see anybody's lights on. Which lets you realize that the average person is not prepared for this. We've been talking about getting a power generator for a long time. I saw my mom like, hey, let's get a power generator. You need one, I need one. Exactly. I don't know why you're talking about gas. No offense, but I knew like I don't need gas for a generator. I'm specifically thinking about battery powered ones. Dakota, do you have a generator? I feel like single family homes have like single what is it generating if it has a battery? It's generating power. Or it's generating DC power. That's what all batteries generate. Even if it's just a small one going inside of your remote control. Or voltage, you know. Is it generating power with love? Yeah, probably. Everything comes from love. Where do batteries get their power from? Circuits, voltage circuits. I'm funny? Why am I funny? Well, I am funny. I guess this means it's bedtime, like... Hi, kitty. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? How was that popcorn? It was tater chips. It was good. Y'all, the streets are completely pitch black. I wonder how far this power outage is stretching across. Like, I need to call my mom and see did it go all the way to her side of town too, or is it just over here? Let's segue. Pet cat? Yes, pet cat. Um. Oh, this looks like construction workers. They're here to. Can you guys see this? You see how? Okay, you see this dark part right here? Like this dark area, these buildings that don't have any light. It's like these lights, the city lights are on, but everyone's personal lights are off. That's why it's pitch black. These are all complexes without light. Yeah, those lights are for the city. But the power and gas electric company, or gas and electric company, the one that powers the complexes and the street lights and everything like that, those are off. So wherever you see that yeah, exactly. Wherever you see, don't count those. Those are like, those have to stay on, right? Those are just the outside of their lights on, so you know, like, that thing here that personal residences. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm one of them. I'm one of those buildings without it. I'm surprised you guys can even still see me. I got a super tan last weekend and I was team chocolate. So the fact that you can even still see me is great. Well, you know what I mean. It's just I need a couple more days in the sun for me to be completely blending in with the dark matter source energy. There's guys about I didn't get to. I feel like I'd be rambling if I start saying all this stuff in the dark, but then again, what's the difference between saying it with the lights off versus with the lights on? Oh, hey, look at this. There's some light, kind of. I don't really know how this is operated. This must be. Oh, this is a sensor light. Never mind. That's not a light. Let's go back to my candle, shall we? This is what people would do when they would lose electricity. No, this is what people would do before electricity. They just have candles all over the house when it got dark. Just for a little bit of light. Nesquik right now. I saw you in your beach pic. Oh, yeah. I hadn't been to the beach like that in forever. Like it took me like I hadn't been to the beach like forever. Like being like I'm talking like full on. Like bikini, the whole thing. It had been so long. I always blow my candles out before I go to bed, but I appreciate that. Sleeping to the candlelight sounds like a dream. It is very peaceful. I feel very peaceful because I was out sitting by the water all day today. I didn't go to the beach today, but I did go to this place that has, it's like a harbor. You guys can do it too. Just get a candle. Turn your lights off and get a candle. If you don't have one, get one tomorrow. You can do it tomorrow night. I keep a candle on my altar, so now I see I need more candles just in case stuff like this happens. You guys are sitting on my altar right now. Oh yeah, that would be nice to make my own candle. Oh, it's 8:34 in the morning. Are you in the Philippines? You guys, I dropped my phone and I can see like what's going on. I dropped it really hard and the screen is like, the top part is kind of weird and the bottom. Anyway. You say it's real and I can feel lonely. I'm so relaxed. Oh my gosh. Oh, Germany. Someone taught me how to say, I forgot how to say it. It's been too long. Imperial Beach. Where'd you get Imperial Beach from, Dakota? Have you been to IB before? Oh, interesting. Your cousin's from there. I noticed you follow Simone Bees. Did you? Who is Simone Bees? You're talking about me, Dakota, or who? Are my subscribers or who I'm subscribed to? Can you see that? I don't even know who that is. My cousin is from there. Well, his dad is. His mom lived in Alpine Hills. Oh, interesting. Those are two places that I'm never really at. Like, I've been to IB and they have like a cool little boardwalk down there, but I'm never in IB. I'm also never in Alpine. Those are like two places I just don't frequent. But when I do go, it's cool. Specifically IB. There's nothing in Alpine, but yeah, IB is like right before. It's like the last beach before it turns into like TJ. Yeah, Alpine is far. It's super east, and there's nothing out there except houses, like a residential area. If you don't have any, I don't know. There's no point in going out there. Like, oh yeah, let's go to Alpine. Yeah, woo. Unless you own a house, you know. Yeah, exactly. IB is the last beach before it turns into TJ. Wow, my allergies are just doing a lot right now. If I shower right now, it'll be my second shower of the day. Do you have Ramstein in USA? I'm not sure what Ramstein is. I should visit again soon. We're Alpine or IB? It's a band. You mean have they ever come to the USA? I don't think so. And I only don't know that because I don't know who they are. They could have. Mission Beach. Oh yeah. How do you know about all these beaches, Dakota? Oh, you've been there? IB is a tourist area. I think probably I don't know how long ago it's been since you've been in IB. Like how long has it been? Do you remember when MTV Spring Break was there? I mean, if I was there, I was probably a kid. Do you still have MTV? Yeah, but nobody watches it anymore. It just completely died. Like MTV's 20 years. Oh, so I was like 11. So, I mean, I don't have any recollection of it. MTV is canceled in Germany since 10 years. Oh, wow. I feel like MTV stopped being relevant, honestly, for me As someone who used to watch all the shows on MTV during summer break when I was in like high school and middle school, it stopped being relevant, honestly, like as soon as I graduated high school. So honestly, around 10 years. Maybe a little bit. How old were you when that happened, Dakota? Were you able to party? Were you old enough to party during when it came? When MTV, what is it called again? Yes, I'm safe. Oh, you were old enough. Okay. Yeah, we didn't meet during my trip, I don't think. When were you last here? When were you last visiting this parts of the world? This part of the world? $20 years ago. Wow. Okay, yeah, IB has completely changed. It actually is very nice down there, and yeah, it gets all types of people. I mean, it's still not like we don't have to wait till 21 to party. The first time we party is like 14. Which is so funny because even like Armani was asking me if we had any police issues like partying at 18. So even like even at 18 and 19, it's still considered underage drinking. Um, which is so funny because the rest of the world starts doing it at like 12. We can buy beer at 16. Do you guys have issues with like drinking and driving at an earlier age though? Like, what is your... Oh, there's certain types of alcohol you can buy. No one's ever admitted that. They always say, "Oh, we can drink at 16," but like they don't say that you can only buy certain things at 16 and 18. Do you guys have like higher like crash rates? Like my concern would be, okay, when can you get a driver's license in Germany? That's my question. Is it 18? Some people can't drive sober. Okay, but like, do you know what your stats are in Germany? Is like when it comes to drinking and driving, is there like a lot of DUIs? Is there a lot of like car crashes? I would imagine that if someone can legally drink at a younger age, does that create more issues, or does it happen less because they're allowed to, you know? Sometimes I think here in the States, if someone is allowed to do something, it would actually happen less. It's only when something is restricted that it actually becomes more of a problem. I think we're just wired strange like that. Like, you mean I can't do it? That means I'm gonna do it. Oh, so you mean I can't drink? Well, guess what? I'm gonna. Don't speak what into existence? I mean, it is Lionsgate, so I should be careful of what I say, but I'm talking about how humans are wired. When something is restricted, they tend to want to do it. When it's more flexible, it happens less. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you wait until, yeah. That's why, like, people who weren't allowed to do anything, like in high school, like they didn't have any, like they couldn't go out, they couldn't do anything. It was a higher chance that they would go crazy when they got to college because they were so sheltered, you know? But people who already got to experience certain things in high school and stuff, like it was actually less exciting for them when they got to college. Oh, that's nice. How old are you, Retang? Tang? I believe there is some truth to the fact that other countries don't put alcohol on a pedestal. And so when you turn 17 and 18 in US, you want to try the forbidden fruit. And that's just really what it is. It's the fact that it's forbidden. I say, why is the best fruit always forbidden? It's because it's forbidden. It's really not the best fruit. It's just the fact that it's forbidden that makes it seem. We want what we can't have, or whenever there's some type of stipulation or extra, what do you call that? Extra hurdles that you have to jump through to get something. It makes it seem more valuable. It's probably reverse psychology, honestly. Mm-hmm. Need a head massage. True, but not me. I get what I want and keep it. What do you mean? Please don't say hence Adam and Eve and why we're all here. I guess, if that's what you believe. Please don't say anything if I am skating on the streets, they know they ain't going to get me. What part of Germany do you live? My neighbor actually just went, they're in Spain right now and they are actually going to Germany. They're gonna stop in Frankfurt and another town, I think. I was being corny. You said we want what we can't have. So you get what you want and you keep it. Near Frankfurt. Okay, that's cool. When I was in college, I had a friend from Germany and she kept offering me to visit her. Now she's like 2 babies with her baby daddy, and I'm like, maybe if I'm out there, she'll still like let me like lend her couch to me. It's 3 a.m. I may be tired, maybe. Just a little bit. Honestly, I'm gonna call it soon too, because yeah, 3 a.m. is pretty late. Not that tired though. Maybe because I took 2 naps today. Wait, all the restaurants? Does that mean their power went out too? I don't think anybody really remembered this was happening. There's a lot of junkies. Are you saying there's lots of junkies in Frankfurt near the train complex? You're getting the opportunity to enjoy the peace and darkness. Take advantage. You're right. I believe you are correct about that. Everybody's still on the road though, driving. Not that quiet. Maybe I'll close my window. It'll help make it more quiet. Oh my goodness. So I was telling my story, but it got interrupted by the lights going off. I was talking about the guys at the club and like my cousins. They were like, I guess I'm gonna expose them. They were like shook that they should I say this? They were like, how did you they were trying to figure out why I was talking to this guy, to the white guy. But I mean, the first guy was black, and I thought, what is the problem? They're like, why? Whatever. Doesn't matter. You're yawning as though you are in fact tired. I am yawning that way. Yeah, only near the train station. The rest of Frankfurt keeps them in this area. If you are kind, you will not have any problems. If you are a troublemaker, Frankfurt is not a good place for you. Thankfully, I'm not a troublemaker. If I were to go to Germany, which I probably will at some point, I don't see myself really... I guess I could stop in Frankfurt, but I have Johanna in Berlin. I think she's still in Berlin. I have my old colleague's cousin in Frankfurt. Then I know someone in Hamburg, but we haven't spoken in a while, and he's married now, so. Next time, can we see your cat? Sure. Your cousins don't like my melanin. What melanin, Dakota? You're funny. Nice clubs in Frankfurt, huh? No, they don't really. No, I think they're just not used to. So I'll give you an example. Her fiance is from Chicago. So it's not, they don't have any issues with people. They're just not used to, I think just like the women in my family doing anything different than, you know. all the women in my family don't have, I mean, at least on my mom's side, I can't speak for my dad's side, but for my mom's side, all the women in my family have never dated like out or like, so I think they just have never seen it happen, in that they were just like really confused. And I thought, I don't know why they were confused, because the men in my family, that's a whole nother conversation. Berlin Berghain is very gay. You have to put on like the fishnet t-shirts. What is Berghain? Why are you gay? You gonna follow in the men's footsteps? Look at Dakota trying to ask the. My thing is this, at this point in my life, like, I'm very much so more focused on someone who is aligned with me. I've already said this to you guys before. Like, I'm not going out of my way to find someone. I'm not going out of my way to find anyone in particular. At the end of the day, it shouldn't really matter. If I did, and I bring somebody home to a family reunion, I think I'd be the talk of the town. Which is actually really funny. That would be letting the men lead. And today she brought up race. So you can let your imagination run with that. I have no idea what you're talking about, Armani. Could you handle that? Honestly, I wouldn't even care. Like it's really just it's not even my extended family. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I just went to a family reunion, and it was a really big gathering. Like, there was cousins I hadn't seen in forever, and people, that I just met. And I think that's when I kind of saw, like, oh, like, this is what my male cousins do, this is what my girl cousins do. And it's just very interesting. So, like, my extended family, I don't even really see like that anyway. But, like, the only people I care about is my immediate. The only people I care about the opinions of is my immediate family. My parents, my sister, and that's it, and me. So it's like, if I just so happen, let's say, for example, I was coming to my cousin's wedding next month as a guest, and I brought my boyfriend. Well, if I had a boyfriend, if I brought him and he just so happened to be like, I think people would, number one, he'd be the only guy there, because again, the girl cousins don't do that. So the question is, could he handle that? Dun, dun, dun. Mind you, people would be nice to him. They're not gonna treat him bad. They would just be like, girl, like, where did you I think that's the difference, is that, like, he could come to my family reunion and still feel very comfortable for the most part. It's just, could he handle that? how would the male cousins treat him? I mean, I think they would treat him fine. I think they would just have to warm up to him. If he can handle you, he can handle What's that supposed to mean? That's funny. Yeah, I think my male cousins, like, and that's the thing. I don't think my male cousins or my family knows that I have dated people from various backgrounds. I don't think they know that. So I actually can't really fully answer that question, but I know that they're good people. So I know that in their day-to-day lives, they interact with people of all backgrounds as well. So it's not like they'd be like super shook. It would just be new. Yeah. The gene pool is wild. You know what's so interesting about that? No offense to the German guy, but whenever I'm on like Instagram and there's like an interracial couple on a reel, it's always German guys who say stuff like that. That must be a very European mentality. I never really see, I don't know. But also, just so you guys know, right? And what's interesting though is that I feel like people only say that when it's like a newer thing. What I mean by that is if like someone that's like fully white or fully black now, if they had a kid right now, they only say it when it's like that, but they forget that there's entire islands of places when everybody is mixed, or like Brazil is like so mixed up, and Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and Cuba. There's so many places, like most of Latin America, most like the whole world, you know? And it's been happening since the beginning of time. I don't know why we're just all of a sudden like, oh, you're gonna mess up your gene pool, but blah 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 blah. It's like then it must be already messed up, because that's why we all look the way that we look. In Germany, they put really much propaganda with mixed people. Really? Like, what do they say? What do they say about mixed people? I'm sure it's not easy being mixed out there. I promise. It's only interracial because humans created race. Very much so. Um, Run away, flee, get colonized, and so. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Routine. Yeah, but isn't that funny how, like, even people who say that, they don't even know that they're a product of like, people mixing. Like, people, let's say, there's people who are in countries right now who have no idea they are a product of two groups coming together and making them. And they'll say stuff like, oh, don't like, you don't even know that you're a product of two groups coming together. It's so funny. In Germany, they put out advertisements, all sorts of ethnic groups, but German man and German woman is forbidden advertisement. It's really, really bad. They're racist against German people. Oh, I see what you're saying. So in Germany, they actually promote mixing. That's what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So you're saying that in Germany, they don't promote a white German and two white Germans together anymore. I can understand your concern if you don't see that anymore. I think anybody would be worried if they don't see that anymore with like, yeah, I mean, they are promoting it more and more, but I'm not going to get into why because I don't want to offend anyone, but there's reasons for why that's happening. You still get comments about how exotic you look, Sidika. I can only imagine the comments your daughter will get if you bear one. Well, honestly, like in real life, people don't tell me, oh, you look exotic. But they are kind of like looking at me and trying to figure out like what my ethnic group is and stuff like that. But people just are more out with it here because it's not in person. But I'm sure if people weren't, if people had the courage to say what they wanted to say in real life, they'd probably tell me that in real life more often. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I don't like what anyone is telling me to do. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. If you don't want to mix, then don't. Like, that's your prerogative. It's not guaranteed I'm going to do that. I'm just, but it is a possibility. I'm 6'2", you're 5'8". A daughter of those parents could have some height like a model. I'm actually 5'7". What a sales pitch. Some people really do think about that though. Like I've noticed certain people like really do think about the genes of their kids. Like, oh, I want my kids to be tall, or I want. And it makes, I guess it makes sense, but I guess I never really thought about it. Like I never really thought about, oh, like let me get this so my kids can be like that. I never thought about it until I started hearing other people talk about it. And it's interesting, and I'm gonna say this, but my observation is that I've never really heard anybody say it except certain people. But it's called like selective breeding, I guess, which makes sense. Like even the animal kingdom, they only, like the woman only mates with the strongest male. I just never thought about it until recently. Like, do I want my kids to be tall? Do I care? I don't even know if I care. Do you prefer a son or a daughter? Honestly, I don't know if I want a son or a daughter. Like in my head, I feel like I would like a son, but I know that both. I know I'd like a daughter as well. I'd like both if I could. If I have 2 kids, I definitely want one of each. That's like ideal. I disagree with Vertang. He said the soul is not produced by mating, the body is. Actually, it is. Temperament is produced. That's why when people adopt kids, they... Oh, you know what I just realized? My phone's not going to charge after this 11%. You can teach people, but you can't change a soul. I don't know. I disagree with that. Well, no, you're right. You can't necessarily change a soul, but like if you reproduce with someone who has a good heart, there's a very high chance your kid will also have a good heart. Or like good temperament, you know, and well balanced. Okay, Armani, have a good night. Good morning. Two souls in passion create a new soul. My friend's mom was a kindergarten teacher and the son of her is whack. And her son is whack? What do you mean whack? You can charge your phone in your car, Dika. Just wait till morning so you're safe. Well, that's true, but technically the lights will be back on by 6 a.m. You know, it's true what you guys were saying. I just had an epiphany the other day. Yes. You can't teach an evil soul to be nice. Exactly. So, but you just said that a soul is not produced by the body or by mating, the body is. Well, I feel like that's partially not true because if you reproduce with somebody who's like wild and just does this crazy outlandish stuff, sometimes the kid can also have very similar temperament and behavior. So, exactly. Our children are literally like remnants of us. So, and we're remnants of our parents. That's why your dad would be like, "You're just like your mom. You're just like your dad." It's like, okay, because I'm literally a product of you. I don't think you'll be exactly like your parents, but even when you're not trying to be like your parents, sometimes you end up like them because you are them. We're not directly them, but like you're we come from our parents' DNA. Like there's just some that's why like for example, have you seen those videos on YouTube shorts or whatever where the baby is sleeping just like the dad? The baby's not even watching the dad yet. He's not even paying attention yet. But there's just certain things about you that you mimic of your parents, whether you're actually intentionally doing it or not. You are a product of them. But of course, you still have your own mind and stuff, you know. And some of the stuff they teach you, you eventually might find out that you're not really agreeing with what they're saying anymore. That's interesting, though. Yes, nature versus nurture. Very, very valid. When you say soul, I think of consciousness. That's the name of my channel, by the way, Soulspiration. I think it's consciousness. I think we all have one consciousness manifested into different personalities based on experiences, based on what we were taught, based on perception, right? But there's only one consciousness. Yeah, exactly. So the music would be the consciousness, and the songs would be the personality. Or the genre. There's only one genre, or there's a genre you both like, but the artist would be like the individual personality. That's why you would like one and I would like the other. Anyway, we can go on and on about this, but I'm not going to. Appreciate the dialogue, though. I think it's interesting to know that what you said about what's happening with the Germany propaganda. I would have never guessed that that's what you were saying, though. Like, I thought you were saying that they were... Never mind. I thought you were saying that it was forbidden, that they were showing it, but it seems like they're promoting that, which is interesting. I also think it's interesting how you guys are noticing it. Which is also interesting because I feel like at one point it was the other way around, and I feel like it was something that we noticed, and we were like, why are they like promoting that so much? And you guys didn't really have an issue with it. Not you guys, because you're in a different country. It seemed like people didn't notice it. But now you guys notice it. Isn't that weird? Because before that was something we called out, but now it's like you guys are like, wait, what's going on? Oh my god. Anyway, I didn't mean to circle back to that. That just kind of was interesting to me. I feel like at this point no one should care. Like, we're not even, you guys know we're not even solid. Like, we're all made out of atoms, tightly vacuum packed, circling around a nucleus. We only look solid to the eye, but we're not solid. That's why all this division and stuff is so stupid, because it's not real. None of it is real. Everything is a frequency, and everything is a radio wave, or everything is some type of emotion. Nothing is solid. And so to think that we're all living in a 3D, thinking that everything is solid, you're white, I'm black, and this and that, and this and that, and like none of that stuff. It just wow, it just really makes me sad. But if you know better, you do better. If you have much melatonin, you can't get sunburned so easily because you lived in one spot and the body built itself to fit in that certain place. If you went away from that place, you wish. Red Tang, I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't understand what you said. I like being around intelligent, attractive women. I'm sorry if it's not the person someone else likes. You know, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Like, even if I ever decided I wanted to have an opinion on who somebody's with, my opinion doesn't matter. That's the choice that person made. And at the end of the day, they're together. At the end of the day, they're going through their dynamic. At the end of the day, they're having their intimate moments, not me. Like, that's nothing to do with me. And the minute I stopped judging other people for who they wanted to be with was the minute I realized I had that same free will to be with whoever I wanted to be with. And you only get one life in this body, so you might as well just do whatever you actually want to do. Also keeping in mind that the powers that be are trying to keep you in the 3D and keep you in this very small-minded trickery. When nothing is solid. For the record, my phone's gonna die soon, so if it dies, that's the end of the live. But I'll wait till it doesn't. Yeah, it's gonna be soon here. It's 2%. So anyway, I will wrap it up here, guys. And what are you talking about? They have to figure out how to live with the decisions of their life, just like they have to do the same. The more we focus on self. It's true. It's true. You just realize how much the other stuff doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, we just want to be happy, you know? That's all we want in this lifetime. Yeah.